My name is Cleveland Brown, and I am proud to be back in my hometown, something New Jersey. And I have a crowning achievement a couple weeks ago, or maybe a week or so ago. And I was watching not The Escapist, Second Wind's other kind of podcast where they play like hidden gems. It's a podcast called Hidden Gems. And my crowning achievement was I introduced that chat or the streamers to Guzzlord. They did not believe me. They did not believe the gospel, the choir, the singing, the praises of Guzzlord.
Ow, 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 ow. We have several super chats. Jump and shoot. Gives $2 to say Guzzlord also talks. You should look it up. Is that a real Pokemon?
That sounds like such a trap.
I know.
I refuse to put Guzzlord into my web browser.
I'd find out.
Yeah, I feel a D's nuts joke coming on, and I don't want
Oh my gosh, Guzzlord is a real Pokemon.
That also doesn't surprise me, to be clear.
It is a dark dragon.
A dark dragon.
From Generation 7. What the heck? So Guzzlord, A, exists. B, apparently talks.
Look, the Ultra Beasts are cool, and they were talking about Pokemon, and the context is they were talking about Pokemon who can talk, who have canonically spoken, and they've touched upon like Meowth and Mewtwo and like Slowking. Like most of them, except for Meowth, usually are telepathic. But I want to say Keldeo and the Three Cows talk. Also, Arceus talks. He says, "Judgment! Repent!" He screams at you. Who's that supposed to be? Oh, yeah. Boop, boop, boop. A dark figure goes in to see. So yeah, I donated and I said, hey, you should look at Guzzlord because he talks. So yeah, they were playing Spark the Electric Jester, the first one. The first one I didn't play for a while. Or for a while, ever. I never really liked the vibe of that one. Like, I like the idea of a spiritual indie Sonic type game. I was never really into the Genesis style ones. I just want the ones that are like try to make the 3D parts of Sonic like better. I just want that. And if it sounds like I'm really loud, it's because I have to speak closer to my microphone now because I think it's getting old. And when I last edited an episode of this, I was really quiet, even though I was sitting at like a reasonable distance to my microphone. Like this is me out here relaxing in the backseat of my chair, and this is me like right up next to my microphone. It doesn't feel good. Okay, so the good thing is that I'm actual grass type. Ow, with grass moves. Die. So yeah, they were playing Sparkle Jester 1, and yeah, Genesis style Sonic game. You can go fast, you can do this, you can do that, etc. Oh shit! Yes, you may join. Would you like to nickname the two name member? I'm gonna name you Ricky the Barboach. Hell yeah. Joined the team 3. Alright. Now the rule is you can't die or else I can't save you. Actually, he's a water type, so he'll do just fine here. We're gonna have a little entourage going here. So yeah, they're playing Spark 1. Oh my god. And I start using my donations to say like converse. Because I don't know, I've been wanting to be more social on streams and not just like save them for later and forget about them and watch them like weeks after they're irrelevant. I actually just want to say something while the topic is going on in their podcast or whatever they're doing. And I was just saying my 2 cents about Spark, and I get it. It's not a throwback, but just kind of like inspired gameplay, where they, their Spark is a character who has much more of a expanded moveset than Sonic. I want to say the last time Sonic had an expansive moveset was like Sonic Frontiers, and that was just like skill tree stuff. But he could do stuff like do the bounce, stuff like the bounce bracelet stuff. He didn't get the spin dash till later, but he actually punch and kick. He has combos now. But Spark has like, at least in the first one, I never noticed is that he had actual like Kirby powers, where he had like Scythe form, Fire form, Ice form, like all this stuff. And in the next 2 games, like those aren't there. So it is weird that they dropped all that. But anyway, I was talking about I was not complaining. I was just saying my 2 cents in the donations about the I'm poisoned, about the level structure, and kind of just how everything, you kind of just like breeze past a lot of stuff, and it's hard to take anything in. And I see that like in a abridged version of that in the donation. Like I tried to find it in the stream. It was like 2 hours. I didn't want to sit through that and try to find my fucking donation, where I said, okay, so here's what I said. I said, as the levels go on, they just get too long. That's all I said. And I said something about the level coherence. Like, they feel long and they're huge and windy. And there's a bunch of alternate paths and stuff. Sorry, I already have... Actually... Oh, fuck it. I'll decide which ones I want to keep with me later. Don't nickname a new team member. Yes, you can be... Sai. Just Sai. Yes. Alright, the team is now... The team 3 is now the 4. So, yeah, like... I don't know, I think coherence is the wrong word. I was just using fancy game terminology. But there's a lot of stuff going on in the levels of Spark. Like, Spark 1 and 2, I want to say 3 more so. I don't remember having that much of a problem with 2. But the levels in 3 just go way the fuck too long. Hey, this is Editing Andre in the future. And after talking about Spark 1 and watching their stream, I was waiting for them to put up the stream for Spark 2. This is their first expression Part 2. They just put it out yesterday. And I'm still getting into it, but apparently they were super hard on the visuals, according to some of these comments. I'll screen cap a few and like put them on the screen. But gosh, I didn't expect that from them, to be way harsher on the visuals, because like when I talk about Spark 2 and 3, I mainly just talk about the level structure and what you do in them. The game has its own aesthetic. I don't care. It's somebody's passion project, whatever. It can have whatever, it can be whatever it looks like. But apparently they're bashing on the visuals. But at the very beginning of this stream, they say exactly what I was thinking as soon as I started playing. And like kind of how I felt while playing certain levels in Spark 3. Like, they just said it on screen. This is how I felt. So I'm gonna play it right here.
I guess I want these thingies. Like, why can't I go everywhere? Like, what is the path?
Why can I go everywhere? What is the path? That is exactly how I felt. Because, like, cool, you can explore and everything, but it's like, it just doesn't feel like there's a clear direction. And I know some people might be like, oh, obviously you just go straight and follow the arrows, dude. It's not that hard, dude. But it's like, they bothered to put, like, all these hidden spaces in this gigantic level, and, like, none of it really adds much, in my opinion. And that's how I feel about the platforming in Spark 2 and 3. Okay, editing Andre again. In the future, my fan is on. They're starting to. This is the playing level 2 now. They're starting to feel kind of how I felt about not being sure whether to explore or just go straight or ignore everything, and they get to that right here.
Mr. Crazy Bank saying, when I played this, I mainly held forward. Strange seeing someone properly explore it.
And it's like, what do you and that's the thing. That's what's the thing I started to do in 3, which just kind of like go past everything. But these guys are saying, well, since this is a big game, I instinctively want to explore it. But the things they put in all these little nooks and crannies don't feel that important enough to merit the exploration. So it's just kind of like, who's it for? It's trying to appeal to everybody, which is fine. And actually, I wanted to say, this game was made by one person, and they made their own engine and the models and everything. They had to get other help doing some of the 2D art. I remember this because this is one of the things you see. This is one of the stuff you unlock in Spark 2. You start unlocking concept art, and it's like the art is like very amateurish, and I don't mean that in like a mean way, but it's just clearly the person making this game is like a better game designer than they are an artist, and I think it shows here. The game, I think as a concept, as like a Sonic, like apparently they were part of like a lot of Sonic hack fan projects, and that's their background, and they transitioned to doing this. That's fine. Basically what I'm getting at is, like, in terms of the visuals, it makes me lessen my harshness for that kind of stuff. But what they say right here is kind of why I feel a little empty inside. You can't go straight as much as you want because the level design is so windy, and there's so many like branching platforming pads, and it's like it gets. That's what I mean when I say it's a slightly incoherent. Just have like a platforming based style of level, and then the speed style of level, not like a straight Sonic Forces, Sonic 06 Mach level where it's literally an auto runner. Not that level of kind of stage. Just, it doesn't need to be both in the same level. That's kind of what I'm getting at, and this is kind of what they say right here.
Someone properly explore it. Okay, from my perspective, it seems like it would be hard to just hold forward because there's like a lot around.
Yeah, like I'm a platform head, so like I'm easily distracted by like things in the distance. Like I need to reach all the things, and like they didn't tell me why I need these freaking weird shapes, but it's clear that I can pick them up. So that's what I'm doing when I see them. But I could just try to, beeline. I guess there's no harm in that.
It does pain me to leave any corner unexplored.
The core complaint that folks had of this game is that you didn't need to interact with like any of the enemies, really. Like you could just go. There's just not a lot here. Like that's the truth of the matter. It's like the controls feel fine. The level design is also not terrible, but like
yeah,
it's exactly as folks said. Like there's no reason to really interact with anything other than the platforming.
Or most of them. And I just replayed a few of them just to like reconfirm that. And yeah, like some of the main stages are like 6 to 8 minutes long. It's like, dude, no, I didn't want to do that. I accidentally pressed that. And I complained about that. And in the comments of that podcast, this guy who normally apparently doesn't say shit to anyone was saying, okay, to the guy complaining about that, you just don't see the greatness that is the exploration of Spark 3 levels, okay? And then I changed my mind a little bit. I was like, okay, so I like to platform and go, in my Sonic game, I like to platform and go fast, which games do that in varying qualities. Some games do that better than others, is what I meant to say. But But with Sonic levels, like, the point isn't to go fast. It's always been, like, a thing you can do. And other than that, it's just a normal platforming game, but you're a blue hedgehog who can go fast. It's not like the fucking point of the game. It's a thing you can do. It's not like, well, it's such a dumb argument to make, because it's like, anybody can say, like, oh, I'm at a part where I'm not going fast. I thought that was the point of the game. Sonic games are bad, lol. It's like, dude, get a new argument. Like, that sucks. The guy said, like, look, okay, the levels are big because it wants to cater to the speed platformer people and the exploration platformer people. It wants to do both, and all the objectives you do in the stage are meant to increase your time playing the game. Fine. I get it. I just said the levels are too long. I would be willing to spend more time with the game in the levels if the levels weren't fucking 10 minutes long. And I couldn't imagine, like, trying to do a time score on, like, a casual playthrough of a stage where it's, like, 10 minutes. And I beat it, and the time is like, okay, for the diamond rank, or like the A rank, I guess. Like, I finished the level, it's like 8 minutes and some seconds. Just, you know, just feeling everything out, just playing it like normal. And then the time bonus of it is like 3 minutes? It's like, fuck that. Like, you have to skip so much of the stage then. It's not about, like, trying to finish the level efficiently. It's just trying to find, like, shortcuts that just cut the level in half. It's like, that's not playing the game good, in my opinion. Because, I think the better version of this is the Sonic Frontiers Cyber Stages, ironically. Like, I had the most fun diving, since the levels are so short, I had more fun diving right back into them and, like, polishing this just a few seconds off here and there. Like, a typical level in Sonic is, like, what, 3 to 5 minutes? And then some of the stages in Sonic Frontiers are, like a minute to 4. And then when I come out of it, I'm like, oh, I can get an A rank or S rank by just, like, figuring out how to shave off these few seconds. And in the collectibles, the red rings are much more, like, reasonable to get. They're not, like, stupid like they are in Lost World or Colors or Generations. Like, I actually want to go back and get them because they're kind of, like, in the path, or they're hidden, like, in the path, the way of the stage. So you don't have to, like, do stupid shit to go find them. And that just feels better, you know, to complete. This could have been a monster room. And I'm glad that it wasn't. Alright. So I see that, and the guy is like, okay, you know what, I understand where you're coming from, but... let me see what he said. Okay, but basically, I get it. I get it that it's beautiful, that it caters to both people, and it's trying to have a grander, not a grander experience, but, like, just have things for you to do, and it's indie game, so they're trying stuff. I just wish there's some levels that are like, you could have broken this up, and I would have been, like, way more willing to just replay them, and, like, stuff that increases your replay value. Like, I get it, because, yeah, this guy says, like, otherwise it would just be a linear game where all you do is beat the stage and go away, and it's like, yeah, that's lame. But even most Sonic games aren't like that. Also, what's wrong with a little bit of linearity? And I think people use that word in such a derogatory way. Like, oh, your game has level 1, level 2, level 3. It's such a linear game. Why can't it just be open world? And then they fart in your face, and it's like, can you stop? Yeah, I don't know. I like stage-based gameplay, or progressive stage-based gameplay. I don't get the distaste for that. You know, like, picking from a menu is fine. I mean, not to say that I hate all open world games. Like, there's games I like for that, like your typical collectathon platformer. like Banjo-Kazooie, Mario 64 style game. Like, I like it when those are open. I don't need Sonic to be open, and I don't get this desire for a Sonic game that just have a giant open fishbowl and just run around and do objectives in. That makes it more like other platformers, and that's not why I like Sonic games. Do I want? I think I want Poliwag more than I want both these guys. Yeah, I don't need Sonic to be that open all the time, and I don't know. That's all I have to say about that. But okay, let me go back to what this guy is saying. If you don't want to diamond all the stages, I get it, is what he says here. And going in with a perfectionist mindset can get pretty tiring. But he says in regards to the start of a level can get tiring. I didn't go in the Spark 3 in my few videos that I played of it. I didn't go in trying to be perfect right at the get-go. I was still feeling it out, just playing it casually. But I tried to imagine trying to go through that and just try to do it fast and efficiently, and I'm like, I can't, because the levels are long and there's so much bullshit there, like a bunch of enemies and windy different corridors and paths to go down. It's like, if it were just a straightforward level design or structure, then I'd be willing to do it more, and I say this because I know it's possible to do something like that without making it a straight line like in Sonic Forces or some other bad Sonic game like Sonic and the Secret Rings. Like, you can do that. It works. And my examples are Penny's Big Breakaway is one of them. Like, it's a straightforward level design, and there's stuff to do in it without being a big gigantic open world with weird direction and aimless direction. The general direction in a Penny level is just to go up or go straight. It's never you walk into an area and there's 5 different ramps to go down and rails and shit everywhere. And then there's still little mission objectives that come up in order, and then there's the 3 coins you get in every stage. That's the exploration aspect of it too. And those levels don't overstay their welcome, in my opinion. They don't last too long. And it's normal for late game stages to be long as they go on, but halfway through Spark 2 or Spark 3, they just got way too long, and I was like, I don't want to play this again. Especially the last level, where it just introduces all these fucking things, oh, we have a life system now. You start the last level in Spark 3 with 15 lives or so. The first thing you do is fight a boss that will take most of those lives. Then you have to do a 20-minute non-stop platform challenge, and it's the most the dumbest platforming I've played in an indie game. Just open pits everywhere. Every fall is death. There's no way to save yourself. And I don't like the way fall damage works in Spark. If you fall for X amount of time, you take damage or you just die. So the only thing you do is practice breaking your fall with a boost. Just why even have the fall damage there to begin with? Just design a level where he doesn't do that. God. And then at the end of this guy's paragraph, he's like, I may have diamond, but I'm not gonna speedrun or anything. And he says you can do suborbital scramble, which is a level I brought up as an example, as one of those just long, aimless levels with vague level direction. That was 8 minutes. I just played that as an example, and that was 8 minutes. And he says, you can do that level in 30 seconds with some work. I won't be doing that, but it's so cool that you can. It's no. I don't care. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's super beautiful, again, that you can play these stages. Or you can play the levels in this game, and there's a lot of stuff to go back to do. It's just, it's not fun to do. Oh, what is this music? Oh, you probably can't hear it. There we go. I think the music might be too quiet there. That shape. Anyway, that's my little dumb rant about the late levels and fucking what's it called. There was another example I had with Penny's Big Breakaway that I forgot. But yeah, it has a better balance of like exploration to speed platforming, you know. It just does. Also, I have a couple clips that I went through, and I really found like the exact moments where I was getting tired of the game and stuff started to bother me. Like, okay, the first one was like, I was just in the middle of a level. I don't remember how many times passed, but I was just like, I was looking at everything there was to interact with, and I was just breezing past through it. Those are very slow-moving fireballs. Yum. I'm not even like paying attention to the level. Like, there's too many branching paths and oh shit, there's too many branching paths and things to just breeze past. So I don't feel like I'm doing anything. Ooh, this is okay. I like this, and I know it's not like. It's trying to not also just be a straight, like, line hallway, like a usual Sonic Forces stage, but, I'm trying to play this fast, so I'm not paying attention to anything. I'm not paying attention to any of the shortcuts, or anything. And that feels kind of bad. What happens if I go this way? Watch me say I'm not paying attention, and then I take an alternate route. Do as I do, not as I do. Nice. God, like I feel like I'm playing well. I'm just not soaking anything in. I'm looking ahead. I'm making sure I don't pick like the wrong path. I'm looking for things to homing attack on. And then yeah, I brought that up twice. So like my opinion has not changed on that. And then actually in that game I'm fine with levels where there's like an idea around it. Like there's the standard levels where it's just like a straightforward level, a platforming stage, I guess. But there's also other levels where it's this closed environment where you have to do something, and it's a standalone mission. That's fine. I'm fine with that. There's ones where you're like, oh, collect 10 medals here. Okay, fight these. This is an arena mission here. And then the arena mission is where I start to dislike the combat, because all you can do is like two things. And I tried making use of the powers. Like you can use the projectile shot, you can use the blast, you can increase your resistance or attack speed or whatever. But like nothing feels efficient enough. All you can do is mash the light button and then hope the enemy staggers enough and not just attacks you while doing it. And then when they do, they have like, even the enemies themselves have too many mix-up options that are hard to react to. I'm not sure I like these levels. I don't like beat-em-ups anymore. So just an entire level like this is kind of dumb to me. This is not what I want to be doing in a Sonic game. TBH, IDK my BFF Jill. Ugh. Especially in like a repetitive like engine like this. Like all you can really do is just mash the light button and then move out of the way. You can parry some things, but parrying is like not reliable. Especially when they all bunch up together like this. You can't like focus on one enemy. Ugh. And they all have like different attack to do. Like they have the unblockable, the blockable, the range unblockable, the range blockable. Like there's too many things to look for. Like they just gotta attack or not. Like, ugh. Not for this. Not for this. Not for this. Because there's the light attack that you can just like parry from them, and there's the red flash. No, they have normal attacks. They have yellow flash attacks, which are the ones you can parry. They have red flash attacks, which are the ones you can't parry. So they just like cycle between these like 6 options, and it's just like, what the fuck do I do? And there's a combo system kind of. If the more times you strike an enemy, the higher your meter goes up and you do more damage. It's like, okay, how do I make use of that? It's just hitting them repeatedly over and over again. It doesn't matter whether it's the heavy attack or the light attack. You just keep doing it over and over again. And I'm trying to make use of that, but it's hard because enemies kind of like bunch up around you. They don't like keep their distance well enough, and it's annoying. And it was also captured in the video. It's just I wish the combat was better, especially during bosses where like I'm trying to read what they're doing and they have like too many mix of options, and I'm just like, can they just attack or not? I want to actually another thing. When you parry something, that should also build up the meter, not just attack them. Attacking them is too slow. And then you have to stop doing it so frequently because all the enemies are attacking you at the same time. It's like, god damn it. And because the parrying is harder to do, it should also increase your meter so that you can do more damage. That's where I'm at. So yeah, Spark 3, I think it's a fine game. I just would have broken up some of the longer levels so that they could have like their own individual challenges per stage. And because, you know, they have like Team Skull. Huh. There's a Team Skull before Team Skull? That is weird. There's a Team Skull before Team Skull. They appear in fucking Sun and Moon. That's crazy. I think I've had it with these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane. Okay, there's a lake. We gotta unravel those mysteries. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. But yeah, I always thought this was cute that like you all go on like a guild quest together. Or these are like the expeditions where everybody goes, but like it's still just your team. You two. Today you'll either check in the job bulletin or blah blah blah. Sounds like stuff I should do when I'm not. Okay, who's Ricky? I don't need 2 ground types here. Also, 2 ground types is risky when they can like totally earthquake you to death. How do I get you off my team? You two. That duo. Wait, we haven't seen them before, or haven't we seen them before? Whoa, don't think you're so awesome. Your victory was a fluke. Yeah, you just remember that. I don't remember what his voice was, so it's gonna be that. I remember. They're those 2 crooks who ripped off my relic fragment. What are they doing here? Whoa, I'll have you know that we're Exploration Team 2. Hello, I'm coughing. Hello, you. Hello, you.
What's so funny about the Exploration Team checking out the bullet domination board?
What? You're an Exploration Team? That's right. Hello. I know your way the way we operate isn't always by the book. Well, hello. What a surprise. Why would you be here? We wanted to become expedition team members, so we're training at this guild. What? Hello.
You want to become a real deal expedition team member? I'm a bat.
Hello. You come with us for a second. What is it? Oh God. Don't take what I'm about to say the wrong way. Hello. You should just forget about being inspirational. Why?
Why you timid? You seriously? I'm a bat.
Sorry if I'm screaming into your ear. Rip headphone users?
A scaredy cat like you can't cut it out to the rest of your team.
I'm just standing there like a turtle being like, okay, bye. It's true that I'm timid. But that's why I'm training, so I can overcome my shortcomings. I'm tired. Work? I'll talk about work another time. Even though I'm working hard to be picked to be guilty. Oh, an expedition issue. I'm done doing voices right now. Okay, I had to take a break from talking for a little bit. So we got Skuntank. He's the leader of Team Skull, and I do love his theme. It's me, the Skuntank. I'm the one who's going to be the one who eats stew. Who eats stew? Yeah, whatever. So you two, did you sniff out on any jobs that are bringing the cash? Hello, the job bulletin board only posted cheap tasks, but
Do something else, Dave. It's a potential to be go big. Piss.
He pissed all over me. What? An expedition from this guild? That does sound tasty. Should I just make him Pete? Let's see how well I can do Pete. Let's get out of here. We need to do something. That's terrible, Pete. I'm just gonna do with like the gangster voice next time I see him. Hello. What are you all staring at? This isn't a public performance. Hello. I'm sorry, but hello.
See you around, Wims. I'm a bat.
Well, I don't remember me getting knocked out. That's wild. Great. It doesn't look like you have any broken bones or limbs or anything. I couldn't work up the courage to challenge him to his face. Even though he knocked you out, Chixie, I'm so cheesy, excuse me. I'm so disappointed in myself. That's right, I'm a wimp. Am I an asshole? I think I am. I guess you're right. I really am a big chicken. But it's nothing new for me. I've decided I can still do my best even though I'm not very brave. I won't something like this break me, or even you asshole. I'm going to be cheerful and keep trying. Thanks for straightening me out, Chixie. You know what they say, tough love. Make fun of your friends and, you know, they'll get better, I guess. Maybe for now, we better keep working like we've been doing. The things we're supposed to handle the jobs and the bulletin board and the outlaw notice board. Let's keep at it, Chixie. Alright. Well, it's hot as balls and I'm sweating like a motherfucker.